Good afternoon, everyone, and warm welcome to the SGI Talk. I am Pratibha Patil, second year student of PGDM Agri Business Management, Sagar Group of Institution. Sagar Group of Institution has been regularly conducting the such talks since 2020 to reducing the gap between the industry and academia. Till now, we have conducted the 55 talks, and this is 56. Sagar Group of Institution is proudly celebrating 15 years of shaping the young minds and nurturing the talent in agriculture and agribusiness sector. Today's guest, who is someone special and renowned, Mr. Dhawale, who is currently working in a Deepak Fertilizer and Petrochemical Corporation Limited as a general manager and national training head.
Thank you, Pratibha, and thank you, SGI, for giving me this opportunity as a guest lecture. Particularly from industry point of view, Deepak Fertilizers and Petrochemicals Corporation Limited and Mahadan Agritech Limited, right? And the topic I have chosen from my side as a nutrition company, Deepak Fertilizer, and chosen looking to the current scenario of the farmer pain points, the role of balanced crop nutrition in maintaining the soil health. This is my topic, and on this topic, I will educate you all team members, which will gain your knowledge and will help you to percolate this knowledge to our end user, that is the farmer. Dear friends, as you know, looking to the current scenario and any crop for growing, soil health is very important. As you know, soil is the main growing media, and the health of the soil, that growing media, is very, very important. So what is soil health? So it is very important that the continued capacity of the soil to function as a vital living ecosystem that sustains the plants, not only the plants, animals, as well as the human beings, for nutrient cycling, water, that means infiltration and availability. Availability of the water around the root zone and its infiltration again is very important. Filtering and buffering capacity of the soil, physical stability of the soil to support the crops the farmers grow, and the habitat and the biodiversity. Unless and until your soil is healthy, this won't be function. So this is about the soil health. And as you know, there are the 4 principles of the soil health. Number 1, that is maximize the plant diversity, minimize the disturbance. That means any soil, any crop the farmer is cultivating, the minimum disturbance should be in the soil. There should not be continuous harrowing, continuous plowing. So microflora will be affected, or the compactness will be happen. So there should be minimum disturbance. Then keep the soil covered. Always your soil should be covered by the mulching, not the plastic mulching. That is another for protective cultivation, but your soil should be covered with the green manuring crop. That will add the organic matter to your soil, and it will help make the soil healthy, right? And the number 3 is maximize the continuous living roots. That means जो भी roots आपकी crop की रहेगी, that has to be incorporated in the soil itself. It has to be not burned. It is to be incorporated in the soil only. It will help into the maintaining the soil health and maximize the plant biodiversity. Plant diversity means the incorporation of all these will help in the diversity of maximization of the plant diversity. So with this, it's very important to maintain our soil health, and there are three types of the properties of the soil, that is physical properties, chemical properties, and biological properties. So in the physical properties, it includes aggregation and structure of the soil colloids or soil particles, surface sitting, and compaction, porosity. That means the space between the 2 particles of the soil is very important, and water holding capacity of the soil and water movement, it depends on the porosity. This is the physical property. Looking to the chemical properties, it's very, very important for the crop production, that is pH. As you know, pH, looking to our Indian soils or the Maharashtra soils or the entire India, 85% of our Indian soils has inclined towards the alkalinity level. And majority of our nutrients, the farmers, they apply the fertilizers. Fertilizer contain the nutrients, and majority of the nutrients will uptake within the range of 6.5 pH to 7.5 pH. But looking to the current scenario, our Indian soils has inclined towards the alkalinity. That means our soils are alkalinity in nature. That means the क्षार जो बोलते हैं मराठी में क्षार और chlorides are in maximum quantity in the soil, and that is affecting the uptake of the nutrient. So it is very important parameter, pH. We have to take care of the pH. Then soluble salt, then sodium is again a salts again, the nutrient holding capacity. Though we nutrients some dar rahe, but it has to be held by the soil. It has to be not leached out, or it has not be fixed in the soil particle. It's a important parameter, and nutrient availability. After application of the fertilizer, the nutrients should be available to the crop in a easiest manner. So these are the parameters we have to take into the consideration in considering the crop nutrition point of view. Looking to the biological properties, microflora, then microfauna, microorganisms, beneficial organisms particularly, right? Roots and biological activity and organic matter, organic carbon. This is very, very important looking to the soil health. These parameters, if we maintain, our soil is well and well healthy, which will give support to the crop to give the maximize the yield and maintain the soil health also. Why soil health is important? Very, very important. If you are not maintaining the soil health, your crop production will be declined, as well as the quality of the produce will be declined. The soil if you look to the soil composition, entire 100% of the soil, about mineral particles contains 45%, or air 25%, water 25%, and 5% is the organic matter. But this 5% organic matter, it is the mirror of our soil. But nowadays, our mirror of soil has been collapsed. That is, organic matter, organic carbon has been declined because of injudicious use of chemical fertilizers. Chemical fertilizers are very, very important play of crop nutrition point of view. But nowadays, farmers, they use fertilizers in judicious manner without knowing the knowledge. They apply blindly the fertilizers. They doesn't know the recommended dose of fertilizers that adds the chlorides in the soil, salts in the soil. Your pH is going to increase, and automatically your organic carbon is going to decrease. So the thought that behind looking to this 5% is very important organic carbon, and that is most important in maintaining the soil health. Even our Prime Minister Modi ji also, he reiterates importance of the soil health cards. That means Save the Soil Movement program he has started, and we have to take care of our mother, that is soil, to get the good quality crop yields and the productive yields and maintain the soil health. So soil health is very important. Therefore, in agriculture perspective point of view, soil is very important. Health is important, plant and animal health. And finally, the nutrition. Nutrition goes to the ecosystem and then human environment. And finally, whatever the plants from the produce we are eating on day by day, either it may be cereals, it may be pulses, it may be fruits, entire fruits or any diet we are taking, it is coming from our soil. So if the soil is healthy, your fruit is healthy. That means healthy soil gives the complete nutrition. So taking soil care to maintain our soil health is very important. And now in that aspect, in looking to this scenario, current scenario, that means decline the soil properties, decline the inclining our Indian soils to the alkalinity level and low organic carbon. So Deepak Fertilizers and Petrochemicals Corporation taken steps in 2017 onwards to provide our farmers complete balanced nutrition, so that these aspects or the pain points of the Indian soils and Indian farmers will be minimized, and will our farmers get benefited, and our mother, that means our soil, will be maintained in a sustainable way. Soil health. What is soil organic carbon, and what is the importance of soil organic carbon in nutrition uptake? It is very, very important parameter, dear friends. Soil organic carbon, it acts as an excellent soil inoculant. It feeds and expands the nutrients and beneficial soil microorganisms. It acts as a catalyst to improve the plant availability of both native and applied nutrients. Soil organic carbon, you know, any organic material, if you add into the soil, it will decompose. From the decompose, that is a humus, and that is the organic carbon. But now we're looking to the current scenario. If you've seen our Indian soils, 67% of Indian soils are very low in organic carbon. This is the today's current scenario. And as you know, I already mentioned the mirror of our soil is soil organic carbon. And this factor has been declining drastically. That means 67% of Indian soils are low in organic carbon. What is the percentage of organic carbon nowadays in the soil, Indian soil? Hardly 0.3 to 0.4%. What should be the level? It should be minimum 1%. Now, current scenario shows that 0.3 to 0.4%. This is a huge gap. And as you know, soil organic carbon plays an important role around the root zone to maintain the microbial population, beneficial microbes. And our soil is live because of beneficial microbes. So now we'll see what will affect. What is the relationship between soil organic carbon and its nutrient availability? Why this organic carbon has been declined? This is mainly the reason behind that intensive agriculture and non-sustainable agronomical practices leads to significant decrease in soil organic carbon. Nowadays, why? Because nowadays the modern agriculture came, intensive farming, one crop after another crop. There is no rest to the soil, right? Also, there is no addition of the organic fertilizer because now the intensive farming, tractors came, other implements came. There is no bullocks available. There is no cows available that much quantity, and FYM is drastically reduced. And FYM gives if you add it into the soil, it helps in increasing the soil organic carbon. But looking to the current scenario, intensive agriculture, modern agriculture, the use of implements, this organic carbon has been not going into the soil. Ultimately, soil organic carbon is decreasing, and it is the mirror of our soil. And because of this, it is decreasing. So if your organic carbon is declined, this leads to reduction in microbial population in the soil. If your microbial population reduce in the soil, it affects it reduce the low organic carbon. That is the why our Indian soil organic carbon has drastically reduced to 0.3 to 0.4%. This is the reason. And if it is less, because microbes, they feed on the organic carbon only, decomposed material, and this material is very less in the soil nowadays. This is because of this reason. So the nutrient availability or the mobility of the nutrients, what the fertilizer they applied by the farmers, the mobility around the root zone, around the rhizosphere has been reduced because of low organic carbon. That means these nutrients will fix on the soil particles. These nutrients will leach out. These nutrients will evaporate, volatilize, and in such a three factors, the nutrients loss will go because of low organic carbon. Therefore, lower nutrient uptake. And this lower nutrient uptake, even though the fertilizer farmer has applied, but there is a nutrient uptake is low. And this lower nutrient uptake will reduce the yield, and it will again reduce the quality of the agriculture produce. Therefore, looking to the entire scenario, we need to now focus what need. We have to take care of this organic carbon also, and soil health, decline quality of the soil health. So now, looking to this current scenario, these depleting factors, hence advanced fertilizers, which unlocks the nutrients to improve the nutrient uptake by the crops is required. That's what Deepak Fertilizers and Petrochemicals Corporation, that is Mahadhan Agritech Limited, has taken steps in 2017 onwards to produce such a type of fertilizer, looking to this scenario, looking to the pain points of Indian soils, Indian farmers, low yield, low quality produce, and soil health declining. So we thought that we have to produce such a fertilizer that once it is applied, it will take entire care of this. So that means the fertilizers with nutrient unlock technology. So crop needs the nutrients. As you know, dear friends, all are studied agriculture graduates at this one, or some might be in the postgraduates. Crop needs near about 17 nutrients for the entire crop growth and development. Each crop needs a different range of nutrients at every critical stage of the development. Every crop needs at each stage, a critical stage, a respective nutrient that has to be applied in balanced way. Now, say for example, nitrogen and phosphorus are often more critical at early growth stages of the crop growth to fuel the root. That means phosphorus, the function of the phosphorus is to give the profuse root system, and nitrogen to give the vegetative growth, early stage. That means these two nutrients are very important in the early stage, even though the later stage, but early stage, we have to supply at the right stage, right quantity. And the leaf, nitrogen, again, the vegetative growth. Whereas zinc and boron are important during the flowering stage. As you know, boron is very important in pollination. Unless and until if boron is not there, your total entire pollination will collapse. And nowadays, the huge injudicious use of chemical pesticides are happening, particularly during the flowering stage. Thiamethoxam and neonicotinoid group of pesticides, if the farmer spray during the flowering stage, and you know, pollination, the agents for the pollination are the honeybees. And during that stage, flowering stage, if farmer has sprayed this particular two insecticides, neonicotinoid group, say for thiamethoxam, and one is the imidacloprid, they will directly affect on the brain of the honeybees. The honeybees will be collapsed. And these are the natural insects, beneficial insects to get the pollination, for the pollination. But this is affecting. But how our nutrition will help in such a scenario? For to get the 100% pollination, that means boron. So boron plays an important role in our crop nutrition particular stage. If you apply the boron, that gives the 100% pollination. It will get the fruit set, it will get the pod set, it will get the bowl set, 100% more flowers. There is no dropping of the buds, there is no dropping of the flowers. So we have to take care of each and every nutrient in crop nutrition management in a balanced way. Say, for example, cereal crops use nutrients for growth, progressively moving them from the roots, leaves, and stems into the ear parts, means the panicle, prior to the drying off or the harvest. And crops have different nutrient requirements than the field crops. That horticulture crops, they can store the nutrients like nitrogen within their trunk, branches, and leaves, and then redistribute into the key points during the growth cycle. So this is about the why nutrients are important at particular stages. And what is the plant nutrition? Plant nutrition is nothing but plants are inorganic minerals for nitrogen, whether grown in the field or in a container. Complex interactions involving weathering or rock of nutrients, minerals, decaying organic matter, animals, and microbes takes place in the form of inorganic mineral in the soil. And then roots absorb the mineral nutrients as ions in soil water. Therefore, nutrition, the supply and absorption of the chemical compounds needed for growth and metabolism of any organism. And this is the photosynthesis happening. If the plant grown, the leaves are green. If you have supplied the quantity in a recommended fertilizer dose with balanced nutrition, your entire leaf foliage will be the green, and that green is the chlorophyll, complete chlorophyll with the chlorophyll. The sunlight falls on the leaves, the photosynthesis will happen, and the food will be produced in the plant. So that food will supply to the entire developing parts of the plant. So how these nutrients are important then? Looking to this, nutrients are categorized into these nutrients are categorized into three parts. Number one is major nutrients, we call as a macronutrients. These categories includes nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, major nutrients, followed by secondary nutrients, calcium, magnesium, and sulfur. And the micronutrients is the third part, that is the trace element. In our diet also, while our taking the food on daily basis, we take also pickle, but pickle we won't take this in a vati or this much quantity. We'll take as a very small piece. That means in crop also, these are the micronutrients are essential, very small quantity, but very much essential. Plant has to be provided, and these are boron, chlorine, manganese, iron, zinc, copper, molybdenum, and nickel. So overall, these are the 17 nutrients. Out of these 17, carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, these are the structure elements. That means we are getting from the environment, right? So these are 3, and remaining are we have to supply through our chemical fertilizers only in the balanced form. If you are not supplying these nutrients, the plant will show the deficiencies. Here the deficiencies are different. Every nutrient will show the deficiency. For example, I have explained nitrogen deficiency will occur on the lower surface of the leaves in early stages, yellowing of the leaves. But ferrous, Fe, is a micronutrient. It will show the symptoms of deficiency in the younger parts of the leaves, upper parts, very tender shoots, growing parts. What is the symptoms there? They say nitrogen yellowing up, totally yellowing of the leaves of only the older leaves. But ferrous doesn't show the deficiency at the lower leaves, middle leaves. It shows the deficiency at the very top leaves, younger, growing parts. What is the deficiency symptoms there? The leaf lamina having the main midrib, then sub-midrib, and the tertiary midrib. The leaf lamina in case of ferrous deficiency shows that the entire pale yellow, only the veins, that means midribs, veins will remain the green, but entire leaf lamina becomes a pale yellow. If your growing parts become yellow, the कितना भी आपका सूर्य प्रकाश photos sunlight वहां पे गिर गया, though there is no greenness of the leaves, your whole photosynthesis will affect. That means it will affect on the stunting of the plant in the initial stage. So further growth and development will hamper. So therefore, how nutrient plays an important role. Every nutrient has a major important role. That's why we have to provide each and every nutrient to particular crop at particular growth stage in a balanced form, not randomly, in a balanced form. Then only our soil health will be maintained in a sustainable way. Soil health will be maintained in a sustainable way, and it will give the crop yield in a maximum, as well as the produce quality will be better. Farmers will get the better price of his produce. So fertilizer provides the, provides the fertilizers? Nutrients. Fertilizer provides the crop nutrients, right? So fertilizer, which are these fertilizers? One is the organic fertilizers, and second one is the inorganic fertilizer. Organic fertilizer means आपका FYM, farm and manure, green manuring crops. Say for dicot, green manuring crops include sanium, denja, and dicot plants. So they say for example soya bean, then cluster bean, जिससे दाल बन जाती है, green gram, moong, black gram. These are the crops. If you grown as a green granule crop, they will add organic matter into the soil. But that is not sufficient. What is the FYM content of the NPK content of the FYM? It is very, very less. Hardly 1.5% in nitrogen, 1% potash, right? But that doesn't give the complete nutrition to the crop. Crop needs, say for cotton needs 48 kg nitrogen. उसके लिए हमें FYM कितना डालना पड़ेगा? And nowadays, intensive agriculture, the bullocks are not available, buffaloes are not available, and these nutrients we can't completely provide the nutrients to the organic fertilizers. But these organic fertilizers will help. They are helping into the maintaining the soil health. So, but for the crop nutrition point of view, fertilizer is the only option to provide the nutrient to the crop. These are the fertilizers play important role, key role in providing the complete nutrition to that crop. So fertilizer is one of the costliest input in agriculture, and the use of right amount of fertilizer is fundamental for farm profitability and environmental to protecting the environmental protection. Otherwise, if there is an increase in fertilizer quantity, as you know that the soil has been decreased, soil health has been decreased, it will percolate into that salts into the water that will come into our body, that will come to the animal's health. It will create a problem to us. Environment pollution. So balanced nutrition is very, very important. Therefore, imbalanced nutrition, use of imbalanced fertilizers by farmers not only reduce the crop yields, but also deteriorate the quality of the soil and water resources. Therefore, looking to this scenario to enhance the farm productivity, profitability under different agroclimatic conditions, it is necessary to have information on optimum fertilizer dose, recommended dose of fertilizer for every crop. And unless and until RDF is not followed, otherwise there is a if the farmer is blindly doing the fertilizer application, so this will create the problem of farmers or the entire nation or entire soil health. So looking to this entire scenario, balanced fertilizer plays an important role in crop production as well as the getting the good quality of the yield and maintaining the soil health. So if the imbalanced fertilizer crop nutrition will happen, what are the consequences? Definitely, there are 4 consequences farmer they will suffer. Number 1, when imbalanced nutrition, not balanced, imbalanced nutrition leads to low and declining crop response, poor crop yields and quality, deterioration of the soil health, and low nutrient use efficiency, right? Because of imbalanced nutrition. Therefore, sustainable crop production requires regular nutrient inputs through balanced nutrition. We have to follow. Nowadays, it is an important and even it is a urge or it's a need of our Indian soils or Indian farmers to address the pain points, balanced nutrition. So imbalanced nutrition leads to the poor productivity. If you have seen, why I have seen this picture, this slide, in the right side, you seen that imbalanced thali. We took as a human being. This is the one thali, imbalanced thali, which is marked as a red color, red cross. Again, the left hand side, there is imbalanced thali, and the middle one is the balanced thali. So the farmer will come to know, yes, what I'm doing. So if the crop has supplied this type of nutrients, suppose we are taking 2 times of meal in a day, and one type of meal contains one plate, around 7 to 8 chapatis, 2 types of sabjis, then 2 bowls of gulab jamun, rasgulla, there are 2 papads, 5 to 6 jalebis, then other rice, dal, there is no place in the plate. If you have provided such a meal on a regular basis to the human being on daily basis, year after year or day after day, in a 1 month itself, what will happen? It will create a problem. It will get obesity, it will get cholesterol level increases, diabetes will happen, and overall our production, we can't do a efficient work on daily. What we are performing on daily work, we can't do. We'll get admitted in the hospital sometimes where there is a digestion problem. So likewise, if you have provided nutrients in an excess quantity to the crop, only the 20% will get benefited, rest of 80% of the loss to the farmers. So how balanced nutrition is very important. In the other scenario, crop needs 17 elements, but farmer is giving only 2 to 3 elements. The same scenario, other nutrients, the farmers, which is essential, he has not supplied, it will give the deficiency of particular nutrient. In human being also gives the malnutrition. So ultimately, in the between थाली, जो बीच में थाली दिखा रहा है बैलेंस थाली, वहां पे एक टाइम पे हम जो 2 चपाती लगती है, जो एक सब्जी, देन दूसरी सब्जी, दाल, रोटी, राइस, कर्ड और छोटा सा सलाद और एक स्वीट, that gives the complete nutrition, that means it provides vitamins, minerals, carbohydrates, proteins in a balanced way. That is as per our diet requirement. Likewise, for the crop needs a balanced nutrition. If you have supplied, the farmer has supplied the balanced nutrition as per the RDF recommended dose of fertilizer, there is no any deficiency of the nutrients. Whatever the farmer has applied the fertilizer, it is available to the crop, will get the 100% utilization of that nutrient. It will result in the good yield, maximum yield, and produce quality. And also, it will maintain the soil health. Therefore, balanced use of fertilizer is must to ensure good quality, improve the quality of the produce, and it will help in maintaining the sustainable way of the soil health. So, balanced nutrition is very, very important for the crops. Why balanced nutrition? What is balanced crop nutrition for sustainable crop production? ये पिक्चर से आप देख जाओगे, जो what I explain you, this thali we don't need. We need this thali. Likewise, crop also need this type of thali. That means all the nutrients in a sustainable way. Therefore, a balanced crop nutrition provides the right ratio of nutrients throughout the growing season, and it encompasses all aspects of 4 R's. 4 R's means 4 rights, reviewing both macro, that means major, and micronutrients needs across all stages of the growth of the crop, and development is the best way to optimize the plant health and yield of the crop. Hence, balanced nutrition is very important. What are these 4 R's? These are the principles of balanced crop nutrition. 4 R's. Number 1, right source. That means right selection of the fertilizer. Number 1. Second mantra, right rate. Right rate means recommended dose of it. आपने fertilizer choice किया जो crop को लगता है वो. Number 2, the selected fertilizer or the nutrient, it has to be applied in a right rate. That means as per the RDM, recommended dose of fertilizer. Number 2 mantra. Number 3 mantra, right time. Right time means at the critical growth stage. Once the crop is sown, it at the harvest, up to harvest, it goes various development stages. But entire all the stages doesn't need every nutrient in the same rate. It requires at particular critical growth stage that particular nutrient in that quantity. That means right time, right growth stage. And the fourth important mantra or the principle is right place, where it has to be applied. From the plant. Otherwise, if a farmer has broadcasted randomly, doesn't mean that it will lose. The nutrients will evaporate. It has to be gone into the soil. That means from the trunk or from the stem, 4 to 5 centimeter side from the trunk and 4 to 5 centimeter deep, it should be into the soil only. It should be covered by the soil. If these 4 mantras has been followed, your complete balanced nutrition will go to the crop. Definitely, it will give the maximum yield. It will maintain the soil health also. There is no doubt. Therefore, we have taken this initiative, Deepak Fertilizers and Petrochemicals Corporation, means Mahadan Agritech Limited, these 4 mantras, whatever fertilizer we are producing, we have taken into consideration of these 4 mantras and we have developed our fertilizer in such a way, looking to the balanced crop nutrition. Dear friends, I would like to highlight here very important why balanced nutrition. Suppose you are having a farmer, everybody is having farm, or if farmer is having farmer, हमारी ग्रुप में आपने जितने भी स्टूडेंट्स हो गया और आप भी हो गया, आपके पास भी farm है. Suppose if you had to make a change in your farm nutrient management program to reduce the annual fertilizer cost, you have to take the decision. Would you skip the application of nitrogen? Would you skip the application of phosphorus? Would you skip the application of potassium? Which nutrient is more important to minimize the yield impact? This is a question. This is a very important article I got. T.D. Peterson, Director Phosphorus Program, International Plant Nutrition Institute, and has been hearing in recent nutrient management discussions. Yes, it is very difficult. So, in such a way that what if you were asked to remove one nutrient from your diet on daily basis, what you are taking diet would be nitrogen. You want to skip it, nitrogen from your diet. You want to skip it, the phosphorus or potash from your diet. If you choose K, you want to skip potassium from your diet, what will happen? You will have more muscle aches and stiffness. Yes, definitely. Leaving out nitrogen may cause your hair fall, loss of muscle or skin irritation. A phosphorus deficiency may cause bone softening and respiratory failure. Not an easy decision now. But the concept is similar to the plants also, dear friends. Therefore, nutrient deficiency is observed in crops. If you are skipping any of the nutrients in your crop nutrition program, there is a deficiency of these nutrients will happen, and inadequate supply of one could impact the overall crop health. So relate our crop nutrition, crop health, your human health and crop health, it totally depends on the complete balanced nutrition. Every nutrition has to be gone to the crop and human also. Then only it will give the estimated results, estimated crop yield, or the maintain the soil health. In case of human being, our aragya, our health. In case of our soil, because crop depends on the soil, so soil health. So balanced nutrition is very, very important. And these are the nutrients. Yes, very important. So importance of Balanced crop nutrition, 17 essential nutrients are explained required for the optimal growth and development of the plants. A deficiency of even one nutrient negatively affects the crop's life cycle. This has been explained justly by the law of minimum. You might have been heard in our during our BSc Agri program, law of minimum, and it has been established well by the scientist Lieber. And this is the diagram. Yield. These are the nutrients. This is the law of minimum, Lieber principle. Adoption of integrated nutrient management through judicious use of organic and inorganic fertilizers for maximizing the crop yield. That means if you are not giving any of the nutrients, if you are given the other nutrients in a well manner, but you are not supporting any nutrient, that will decline the crop yield. Therefore, providing the balanced nutrition to crops throughout their growing season, it encompasses all the aspects of 4R stewardship. These 4R stewardship already I explained. These are the 4 mantras. This will incorporate all these 4 mantras: right source, right rate, right time, and right place. Therefore, fertilizer application that is insufficient has a negative impact on the soil's organic carbon content, moisture infiltration, and water holding capacity, and ultimately microbial population, and leading to declining the pH when insufficient nutrient application. Therefore, crops are subject to both, and what will lead then? Crops are subject to both abiotic stress and biotic stress. What is meant by biotic stress and abiotic stress? Biotic stress means the plant will affect if the farmer has done insufficient fertilizer application, imbalanced fertilizer application. Biotic stress means incidence of pests and diseases. Abiotic stress means plant will own sustain in a very difficult scenarios. Say, for example, there is a rainfall, and the farmer has sown the crop. And after the rainfall, onset of the monsoon, there is a long dry spell. Now, this is the scenario this year. Complete 1.5 months, there is no rainfall again. There is a dry spell, drought. So, under such condition, plant won't sustain. Or very severe cold, plant won't sustain. They won't stand on the soil. So, therefore, apart from that, poor nutrition management not only harms the soil ecology, but also results in inadequate nutrient uptake by the plants, and finally, crop reduce yield, quality reduce, and soil health deterioration. Therefore, looking to this entire scenario, how balanced nutrition is very important. The impact of these factors can be minimized by involving the concepts like use of slow or controlled release fertilizers, that is SmartTech. With Deepak Fertilizers and Petrochemicals Corporation Limited, Mahadhan Agritech Limited has evolved such type of fertilizers. That is SmartTech, range of SmartTech fertilizers. SmartTech range of fertilizers introduced under the Mahadhan brand by our Mahadhan Agritech Limited. Adoption of good organic fertilizers to improve the health of the soil. Application of secondary and micronutrients with NPKs. Example, innovative fertilizer Cherish with Chistan, that is CropTech from the house of Mahadhan. SmartTech followed by the Smart CropTech. Supplementing plant nutrients with ingredients which provides the stress resistance, like nutrient analog technology launched by our Mahadhan Agritech Limited. To overcome these challenges of fertilizer efficiency and its impact on the crop productivity, the importance of promoting balanced nutrition is an integrated form has assumed significance. So plants needs rather than only 3 nutrients. Farmers blindly they go for the complex fertilizers. That is, complex fertilizer means the bag contains 2 or more nutrients in that fertilizer. That is, we call it as a complex fertilizer. But generally, farmers they do this. Either it may be DAP, either it may be 10, 26, 26, 12, 32, 16, 20, 0, 13, or 14, 28, 0. These are the complex fertilizers. Or state fertilizers, urea, single superphosphate, and potash, only one single nutrient. But looking to these nutrients, what farmers they are going to give the plants? Only 3 nutrients. But rather than this, crop needs other nutrients also, secondary and micronutrients. Therefore, in our Mahadhan Agritech Limited, Deepak Fertilizers and Petrochemicals Corporation Limited, looking to the deterioration of the soil health, imbalanced nutrition, what is creating the problem to the farmers, soil, we have developed such type of fertilizers, SmartTech, CropTech, and SoluTech. Now we are enriched with our basket complete balanced nutrition, which are differentiated products in the crop segment crop nutrition program. And I must say proudly that we are the first of its kind in India. We have such type of complete balanced nutrition product with Mahadhan Agritech Limited. Therefore, these are the next generation products. As I explained, Mahadhan Agritech Limited, one of the country's leading fertilizer manufacturers, of revolutionizing the market with its innovative range of next generation fertilizers under this umbrella, Mahadhan. Mahadhan Agritech Limited crop nutrition business introduced enhanced efficient fertilizers (EEF) in 2018. Up to 2018, we were producing common fertilizer, generic fertilizer. But looking to the scenario, what I explained, because I was talking on that current scenarios, problems of the soil, then imbalanced nutrition, what is affecting on the crop yield and the produce quality, soil health. So looking to this, our fertilizer, if farmer has applied, each nutrient has to be available to the plant. That means enhanced efficiency fertilizers. In 2018 onwards, we shifted our common fertilizer journey to the enhanced efficient fertilizers. In 2018, our plant, our factory, we have realized, we have made changes accordingly in 2018 and was the first firm to do so in India. The company offers now a technologically superior enhanced efficiency fertilizers like nitrophosphate fertilizers, NP24, SmartTech fertilizer, EEP, EEF, NPK. These are the 4 categories of SmartTech fertilizers. SmartTech 12-32-16, SmartTech 10-26-26, SmartTech 20-20-013, SmartTech 14-28-0. Why these other companies, they are having these fertilizers, but these are not SmartTech. Why this is SmartTech? The same fertilizer, but every granule is coated with nutrient unlock technology. That is enhanced efficiency fertilizers. So nowadays, so that's what we are all in one. We are in the first firm to do so in India. So likewise, SmartTech Superfast, Benzyl Superfast, which is the most important 4th nutrient, that is sulfur. Pratibha Patil, she worked on that assignment in the 3-4 months in Vidarbha and Marathwada on that product particularly. She has undergone details about this 4th important nutrient, all in one water soluble fertilizer, that is SoluTech. In case of horticulture crops, say for pomegranate, banana, grapes, then vegetables for tomato, in these fertilizers, in these crops, we also developed such fertilizers through the drip application SoluTech category. That means water soluble bag, one bag provides complete nutrition to that particular crop. No need to add generic fertilizers. Say for generic fertilizers, water soluble 19-19-19, 13-40-13, 12-61-0, then 13-0-45, 0-42, 52-34, 00-50. These are the generic water soluble fertilizers. This is also imbalanced farmers they are using. But looking to the current scenario of the horticulture crops also, why these are very important fruit crops, vegetable crops in our diet. But farmers are getting less yield, poor quality yield. They are not getting that much money. So we, for horticulture crops also, for the CropTech category, SmartTech category, these are for the field crops. But for horticulture crops, we have developed SoluTech category, complete balanced nutrition. Under various other products under the brand name of Mahadhan. It aims to help Indian farmers become market leaders throughout the use of specialty crop nutrition for the crops. Therefore, this is the success story, or the we completely provide now balanced nutrition to the entire pan-India farmers. So, what is CropTech? SmartTech already explained. What is CropTech? Mahadhan CropTech. Mahadhan CropTech is one of the leading brand of we have developed for the field crops: onion, cotton, maize, groundnut, potato, sugarcane. These are the crop specific. We are working on the crop specific because these are the crops grown by the larger in our pan India and the progressive farmers of the pan India. Their pain points, why the yield of these crops are going to gone decline nowadays, and the produce quality they are not getting that much. There are in case of the onion, if a farmer has produced a good quality onion, but he has stored in the storage, the losses of in the storage has huge 30 to 40%. What is the reason behind that? That is the reason behind that imbalanced nutrition. So we have taken that aspects also even during the post harvest produce quality should remain good. So in this way, for these crops, we have developed CropTech fertilizer. So it is the first and unique crop specific nutrition solution having essential primary nutrients, secondary nutrients, and micronutrients required by these crops. Therefore, powered by Mahadan Unix nutrient unlock technology, which is not available in the entire fertilizer industry with this of this technology. That means CropTech fertilizer granules, each granule is coated with nutrient unlock technology. Then because of this nutrient unlock technology, what will happen? Mobility of the nutrients around the rhizosphere will happen because beneficial microbes will add around the rhizosphere. What I explained, soil organic carbon has been declined nowadays, 0.3 to 0.4%. But our microbes population has been gone down drastically, and that is affecting the soil health. But our CropTech granules coated with this nutrient unlock technology will increase the microbial population, beneficial microbes around the rhizosphere of the crop, and that leads to the available nutrient to the crop. This CropTech provides 8 nutrients, NPK, secondary and micronutrient in a significant quantity in a balanced way. Therefore, CropTech is a single granule, complete crop nutrition technology offering balanced nutrition, uniform and efficient distribution, nutrition with precise dose for these crop category. That means crop, onion, cotton, maize, potato, sugarcane. It helps to save 10 to 15% fertilizer cost because of balanced nutrition. Minimize the nutrient wastage. There is no fixation losses. There is no leaching losses. There is no volatilization losses. So minimize the nutrition losses and assist the farmers meet the recommended dose of fertilizers. And I would say proudly, Mahadan provides now, Deepak Fertilizer provides the crop nutrition with RDF, recommended dose of fertilizer. In a single bag, each nutrient, each granule provides complete nutrition to the crop. Therefore, it is the first of its kind product in India which provides the complete nutrition to the crops of the pan India of farmers. Crop specific fertilizer with primary, secondary, and micronutrients contains nutrients as per the crop requirement, contains all the nutrients in one granule, NPK, secondary, magnesium, sulfur, zinc, boron, and ferrous with nutrient unlock technology. Therefore, Mahadan Agritech Limited believes that the products like EEF, enhanced efficient fertilizers with nutrient unlock technology having crop-specific solution will go a long way to boost our crop productivity in India and maintaining the soil health in a sustainable. These are the two types of category I told you. CropTech category, this fertilizer, CropTech Artekisekis, right? If you've seen the bag, earlier this bag was there. Now looking to the PMKSK, Pradhan Mantri Krishi Seva Yojana, all the bags have become a same bag, only the content will be written on the front side. So earlier the bag was like this, CropTech. This is for CropTech Artekisekis. This is for onion, this category. Artekisekis, onion, cotton, maize, groundnut, and potato. Fortified with NPK, major nutrient, secondary and micronutrient. 8 means nitrogen, 21 means phosphorus, K means 21% potash, sulfur 2%, magnesium 1.2%, zinc 1%, boron 0.3%, and ferrous 0.75%. That means 8 nutrients in a balanced form with nutrient unlock technology. And this green bag 92424 with 8 nutrients, that is CropTech sugarcane, only especially for the sugarcane. Now in Maharashtra, in Pan India, in Uttar Pradesh, leading sugarcane country, and the production is it is declining nowadays. Hardly 50 to 55 metric ton per acre. It should be reached more. Why this is low production? Because of imbalanced fertilizer. So blindly farmers take they use the imbalanced fertilizer. The crop production has been got down. So crop needs all the nutrients in a balanced way. Therefore, if farmer has chosen this product 924-24, the farmer has gone tremendous result. And now it is popularized among the Indian farmers. Crop tech category, smart tech category, they got the good results, excellent results, and they are maintained the soil health also. Now they are demanding, yes, the Mahadan has done a good, from our perspective point of view, first of all, the soil health, and number one, two is our production has increased from 10 to 12, or some cases it is 15% over the farmer practices. Say for example, sugarcane, if you apply the crop tech sugarcane in crop tech, now choice in sugarcane crop, what are the valuable value propositions farmer will get? Farmer will gain. Number one, farmer will reduce the spend on fertilizers by 10%, improvement in number of malleable canes by 5%, increase the cane yield by 10 to 12%, because the number of nodes are increased by 5% and cane girth is increased by 5%, 3%. Overall cumulative effect, the increase in yield by 10 to 12%. And these are studies we have conducted at various agriculture universities, MPKV Rauri, US Harvard, University of Agricultural Sciences Dharwad, VSI Pune, and the farmers field also. Well established the value proposition of the crop tech now choice with the sugarcane farmer. And farmers are now, they are realized the impact or the results of this crop tech now choice in sugarcane, and the more demand are coming. And now looking to the crop tech, Artec in maize, these are the results. What are the value proposition of crop tech? Now Artec in maize crop, plant height and leaf biomass is increased by 12% to 25%, because more leaf area, more photosynthetic rate. Increase the stem length or the cane girth by 10%. There is a stem and there is a canes, different nodes. So cane nodal length will be increased by 10%. Cane girth is increased by 10 to 12%. Overall impact, the maize cob, right from base to the top, all the cob will be filled by the entire grains with bold grains. But if you see any farmers who is not applying the balanced fertilizer, if at the time of harvest, if you see the maize cob, the top portion of the maize cob near about 2 to 3 centimeter will remain as it is, blank. There is no grains, empty that portion, or if the grains are filled, that is very chaffy grains. There is no full bold grains. That one cob is this much difference. Then how much plants are there in the acre? So that is the huge loss. These are the deficiency of zinc again. So that means crop needs entire balanced nutrition. So crop tech Artec is in maize crop gives the yield increase 15% overall. These are also studies we have conducted at various agriculture institutes and ICR institutes as well in Maharashtra, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, and Uttar Pradesh also. Looking to the onion is a very important crop. In onion, crop tech Artec is what will do? What are the value propositions farmer has got? Reduces the spend of fertilizer 20%. Look, 20% reduction in the fertilizer cost over the farmer practice. Farmer need not, they save the fertilizer cost 20%. Then whatever the onions they will harvest, near about 85 to 90% of the onions of A and B grade quality. What is mean by A and B grade quality? The onion size of the onion is 55 to 60 mm size. That means round onion. 90% of the more than this, I have experienced at the field, more than this, but our study shows that 90, but at the farmer level, it has gone more than 95%. All the onions are uniform in size. That means small size, chingli kanda, small size is very reduced. But in farmer's case, there is a mix-up of nutrients, mix-up of these onions. If you buy the fertilizer, if you buy the onions in the market, what you will prefer? Because everybody is going in the market, will choose the round shape onions, good quality onions from our to weigh the balance, to weigh our weight. Will reduce the damaged quantity or rotted onions or black sooty mold which is appearing on the surface of the onion, or the small size onion. Won't prefer. Will prefer only the medium size or the 55 to 60 size. That is preferable onions by the consumers in the market or the like us. So such onions are getting more than 90% because of balanced nutrition. And because of this, it increases the yield by 12%. And the sabse bada important because onions are getting harvested in the month of March, April. At the same time, there is a glut in the market. Onions will come in the market. That time, automatically, the prices will low down. Farmers will dishappy. So farmer has to do in such cases. They has to store this onion in storage. Onion chals in Marathi we call it as onion chal, onion structures. You have seen in the like this. So after the storage, it has to be stored minimum 3 months, 4 months, 6 months up to Diwali. Then the rates will increase. During the storage, what will happen? In our house also, if you have brought the onion and if you keep for the longer period, it will rot. It will develop a black fungus on the surface. That means your onions are lost. You have wasted on that money buying the onion. Say like example, farmers have stored these onions in the storage, and if it has rotted, it has been developed the black sooty mold, there is a huge damage in the storage, 30% to 40%. So huge damage, huge loss. So due to use of Croptek Artekis in onion or onions, I have seen 5 to 6 months farmers can get a good quality onion. Remains as it is color, bright color, no weight loss, no rotting of the onions, then no black sooty mold on the onions. So that means whenever there is a hike in the price in the market, farmer can remove that onions from his storage and he can go into the market and he get better prices. That is the role of balanced nutrition. And we work, Mahadan Deepak Fertilizer has started the journey providing the balanced crop nutrition. In case of the potato is happening, is grown in is majorly in the Uttar Pradesh, majorly, then Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat, some part, and Maharashtra, some part, and some part of Karnataka also. So if Croptek Artekis is used in the potato crop, what are the tangible benefits? Increase in plant height and number of branches that leads to the better canopy. Photosynthetic rate increase, indicative very vegetative growth. Photosynthetic rate increase that leads to increased number of tuber. Tuber means potatoes. And increase in tuber per acre more than 2 tons per acre rather than with comparison to the farmer practice. This I explain. This I visited the potato research station in Gujarat, Disa. There is a ICR research station potato at Disa. I seen this experiment with the all scientists, KVK, Junagadh Agriculture University, then Gujarat Agriculture University, and ICR Institute. We have conducted trial there. Farmers field, though in mega demo site meeting we have conducted, and farmer realized the impact of this Artekis in potato crop, no choice, right? The improvement in tuber quality can be achieved. Brightness, color, uniform size of the tubers. Yes, these are the impact because of balanced nutrition. This is for the Croptek, SmartTech category, balanced crop nutrition for the field crops. Looking to the horticulture crops, we'll go now the first tomato. What I explained for the horticulture crops, vegetable crops, Solutech category we have developed. Say for example, in tomato, we have developed 3 grades, 17, 14, 9, 13, 12, 19, and 9, 8, 28. These are the 3 grades. 17, 14, 19, we have to use at vegetative growth and flowering stage, particularly that stage only. Only 50 kg per acre, 11 to 50 days after planting. Second grade, same Solutech tomato, 13-12-19. Grade composition is different because that stage, these nutrients are important. Other 13-12-19, other means micronutrients. NPK ke saath, all micronutrients are added here. It has to be used at fruit setting and development. Third grade, 9-8-28, it has to be used fruit development and picking stage, harvesting stage. So these are the three grades. What are the value propositions we are getting? Number one, first grade. At this stage, before I use the farmer, early establishment of the crop, profuse flowering, more setting of the fruits, early picking. Second grade, what farmers will give the result? Flowering, more flowering, profuse flowering, fruit development. Uniform size of the fruit, right from base to the tree, the uniform size of the fruits, more luster on the fruits, and maintains the pigmentation. A tomato gets the red color because of lipopil pigmentation that develops in the outer side, that's rings or the skin, that is the lipopil. But if you see in the market, if you are purchasing the tomato, you'll see the tomatoes, the same tomato, single tomato with green color, some white color or red color also. That is tiranga. But that doesn't, you won't face that, you won't get while purchasing the tomato, that tomato, you will discard that. Why? Because this is the impact of imbalanced nutrition. Therefore, if the tomato crop is given through the solute, this pigmentation covers entire the fruit. Uniformity in fruit size maintains the luster on the fruit. There is no discoloration, that means no tiranga. The uniform development of the lycopil fruits, color on the fruits, and reflush of the crops, right? So these are the valuable benefits. I have seen the pictures also. This is the farmer practice, and this is the Deepak fertilizer or Mahadar Agritech Solutech tomato. Looking to the pomegranate, for pomegranate, you know that the fruit crop in the fruit crop segment plays a very important role, cash crop to the farmer. And nutritive value also, pomegranate is important. I worked on the pomegranate 7 years in Krishi Vigyan Kendra Solapur as an agronomist scientist there, and I worked on particularly pomegranate. So here we develop for the pomegranate category farmers Solutech pomegranate grade 1 84407. It is to be used at the vegetative growth and flowering. Second grade 102220. It is to be used at fruit setting and development stage. And grade 3 5103508. It is to be used at the fruit development and harvesting stage. Only 3 grade. No need to add 1990. No need to add 12 0. No need to add 13 No need to add 52 32. No need to add 0050. These are the regular water soluble grades. This is the water soluble grades 100% through the drip application, but crop stage specific. At each stage, this much quantity, this much composition of the nutrient is required looking to the physiological growth of that particular stage. We develop such category. So what we'll get there here, because उसका pH भी बहुत low है, 3.75 to 4.25. Salt index is negligible, no salts at all. Synergy among all the nutrients, major, secondary, and macronutrients. There is a synergistic effect. There is no antagonistic effect. Nutrient formulation as per the crop breed and stage-wise requirement, right? So what we'll get is the attractive fruit, good weight of the fruit, and see here the farmer practice the number of fruits, whereas in case of Solutech tomato applied the number of fruits here, size of the fruits. See the tomato pomegranate field where the Solutech is applied. In case of grapes, you know grape is an important fruit category in Maharashtra, followed by Karnataka, and they export is. I also worked in the Deepak fertilizers. Earlier we export grapes and pomegranate to the European countries up to 2017. So for grape also we developed particularly these 3 grades. Grade 1 number, grade 1, grade 2, grade 3. Grade number 1, 152806, grade number 2, 63517, and grade number 3, 6037, 3716. What will happen in grapes? There are 2 types of pruning will happen. One is the April pruning and second one is the October pruning. April pruning will call it as a foundation pruning. April to October, September तक क्या होता है? After the harvest of the grapes, you have to prune that grapes in the month of April itself. If you have provided the balanced nutrition through this grape solute in the April pruning stage, what will happen? There is a balanced vegetative growth of the cane. Then the maturity of the canes will be the uniform. Cane length. Cane length means the stick. We call as a stick. In case if you doesn't recognize the what is cane, in case of the grape, the stick or the branch we call as a cane. So cane maturity, cane length will be the uniform, or the cane girth will be the uniform, and the at the same time the cane will mature. Then the distance between the distance between the two canes is very less. That should not be this much distance. Your nodes will be then vary. So because of this, 80 to 90% are fruitful buds will appear in the October pruning. Otherwise, if you have pruned, if you have not supplied the balanced nutrition, and if you have gone through the October pruning, after the October pruning, flower will happen 35 to 40 days. If your flower came, bunch came, but there is we won't get the flower bunch because of imbalanced nutrition. Whole crop will be vanished in a single year. No flowering will happen because of imbalanced nutrition. So April pruning, in case of grape, there are two pruning. So April pruning, this will the value proposition. In case of October pruning, what for what purpose we have to do? October pruning has to be done to get that fruit on that crop. It is to be done in the month of October, and the fruit will come for the market in the harvest March. So during that period, our nutrition program should be in the balanced way. So during the October pruning, 3 grades has to be used. So if you have used these grades, what will happen? There is a vegetative growth balance. It should not be more leaves. It should be 17 to 16 leaves per cane, which is required for the export of the grapes. Then the uniform berry size, berry size. Then there is a luster on the berries. Then there is a TSS, 16 to 20% TSS in that berry. That means sweetness, which is required for the export. And your export quality yield will be enhanced with the better quality. These are the 3 grades of grapes. Now, recently, last 15 days, we have worked on the banana. We have launched these 3 grades for the banana. Looking to the banana grown in the southern parts of the India, as well as the Khandesh part of the Maharashtra and some parts of Gujarat and all those things, MP. So these are the 3 grades we have developed last 15 days in launch for the benefit of the farmers, banana farmers. Which are these? 142613 Solutech banana, Solutech 82722, and Solutech 704012. These are the grades. If you are use these grades in the banana crop, what will happen? Vegetative and flowering stage. During this stage, balanced vegetative growth, more growth of the pseudostem. Pseudostem means the stem of the banana. More growth. Farmer case, the stem girth is, say for example, so in Solutech applied banana, the girth of the stem is increased by 7 to 8 centimeters. That means more girth, there is a more food in that girth, stem. It gives the entire to the crop. More number of healthy leaves. Healthy leaves is very important. Greenery, healthy leaves. No deficiency of any nutrient. This is the at vegetative and flowering stage. If you applied this 2nd grade at fruit setting and fruit development stage, better finger length and girth. Finger means single banana. Finger length better. Girth is 3 to 4 centimeter more. More hand means one. We are buying the banana bunches like this from the market. So more hands, more weight of the bunch, 25 to 30% more yield over the farmer practices. Quality development, what will happen? Uniform finger size, length and width of the from top to the top of that finger. More A grade quality of the bananas. 91% we got in the farmers field. Last 15 days I enter into the wherever the farmers they have applied. Our research trials are different, but farmers applied field. Farmer trials are different. I entered into the Pandharpur area, Maharashtra, Khandesh. I have seen particularly, I took on the feedback. I am particularly interacted with the farmers, and these photographs I took from the farmers. So A grade quality minimum 91% for the export point of view, and more luster on the fingers. That is the leading to the export quality bananas. And this is the fourth most important segment of the crop nutrition, that is sulfur. Pratibha has worked on that one. So NPK followed by the sulfur is the most important nutrient in crop nutrition. So our that is the product which is available now, Bensol Superfast and Bensol Zinc Plus Superfast. With the nutrient unlock technology, it contains 90% sulfur, 10% bentonite clay. If it is applied to the crop, initial stage crop remains green because sulfur plays an important role in photosynthetic rate, chlorophyll synthesis, followed by later on, if you applied in the cotton crop, your bole weight increases. If you applied in the soybean crop, your oil content in the soybean seed will increases the yield. In all the oilseed crops, in case of sugarcane, it is applied, increases the sugar percentage, bricks percentage, increases the weight of the cane. So every crop needs the sulfur. So it's very, very important nutrient, and with the nutrient unlock technology also, with 90% sulfur. And what will happen? This sulfur, it is a bentonite sulfur. That means मूलभूत गंधक 90%. Plants will take the sulfur in the form of sulfate only. But यहाँ पे sulfur है वो मूलभूत. It is not available to the plant. But और एक मैं आपको ध्यान में देना चाहता हूँ. Our soil pH has been increased. It has been inclined towards the 8.5, near about that range. That means it has been crossed the level of 7.5 pH, 8.5 entire pan India. That means our pH level has been inclined towards the alkalinity level. How sulfur will also help this Bensol Superfast to reduce the level of increased pH. Because of this bentonite sulfur, it goes into the soil, it disintegrates fast, then oxidation happens. Once oxidation happens, this sulfuric acid will release, it will fall on the soil particles, and you know that in all soil particles there is a deposition of char, salts, that is pH, increased pH. The sulfuric acid drops on through the oxidation process, this reaction, it falls on the soil particles, on the salts or char, then it will get vanished, it will get burned. That means your pH will get lower down. Wherever this sulfur pesticides are applied, during that zone, your pH has been gone lower down. And we need that. Our pH has to be reduced. And this, the second function of the sulfur, as a nutrient, plays an important role, and as a increased soil pH is helping in maintaining the soil health, soil pH also around that particular applied zone. And the second category of the Bensol, again, plant needs the zinc. So we have applied along in the initial stage also, because zinc is the precursor of the tryptophan. You know that tryptophan is a biophysiological parameter. It naturally produces at the growing tips of the plants. That means growing leaf है तो leaf का जो growing tip है, root है तो root का growing last वाला जो growing tip है वहाँ पे, जो भी plants का growing tip है वहाँ पे tryptophan बन जाता है naturally. But if you are not supplied the zinc, that growing tip won't grow. Therefore, we have added at initial stage itself with the zinc also, Bensol also, the next variant of the Bensol category, Bensol Zinc Plus Superfast. Here, 65% zinc sulfur is there, and 18% zinc is there. So, with the nutrient unlock technology. So, around this is the fourth most important nutrient in basket. And CropTech, SmartTech, the CropTech provides entire balanced nutrition, means also sulfur. So overall, looking to this, Mahadan provides entire product portfolio in a balanced way. That is, in Marathi we call it as a Utkrishta Gunvattechi Mahadanchi Khate, quality product, balanced nutrition products, not only the just to nutrient, but is in a balanced way. That is CropTech category, Solutech category, Bensol Superfast, and P24. So overall, looking to these, what are the advantages of balanced plant nutrition, crop nutrition? Number one, it optimizes the quantitative as well as qualitative yields, maximizes the cost-benefit ratio, avoids wastefulness of applied agro inputs, better utilization of NPK and other nutrients, avoids the nutrient antagonistic effect. It gives balanced nutrition synergistic effect in soil and plant system, lower the incidence of pest deficiencies, plant deficiencies, toxicities, and hidden hungers. It produces the normal or near normal crop even under the poor soil conditions. It's very, very important. If the soil is very, very poor, even that cases also, and farmer has started this crop tech technology, solutech technology. So in that scenario also, even under the poor soil condition, it produces the normal or near the normal crop, that situation. Maintains a clean and productive soil, renders the plant contain competent by increasing its immunity to stress and pest attack. That is abiotic stress and biotic stress. Plants sustain in such a scenarios also and reduces the environmental hazards. And nowadays, it is important. That's what Deepak Fertilizers and Petrochemicals Corporation, that is Mahadan Agritech Limited, completely providing the balanced crop nutrition to the pan-India farmers, taking the care of the soil here. With this, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to highlight our balanced nutrition basket, nutrition concept to our students of SGI. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for giving such a thought-provoking and fruitful talk. I am sure whatever you have mentioned, it is helpful for us in our future.